Hello everyone and welcome to my Week 2 Philadelphia Eagles prediction. Last week, oh man, that was ugly. But hey, what can you do? Can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're just sitting there watching your TV, just screaming at the TV, wanting to break it, rip it off your wall mount, and go crazy. Because this is not what we signed up for, correct? I want to correct something real quick. I wanted to say sorry to all you Philly fans out there. I'm a huge Philly fan, but I thought in July and August, after that dismal July and August, that it was over. And I said last week that the Phillies suck, and that's a correction. I'm going to correct myself. I was wrong on that. I'm wrong about a lot of things. Sometimes I'm a stubborn fool. The Phillies are the truth. Every team in Major League Baseball is afraid to play this team. This team will make the playoffs. That's it. Phillies. That's my one thing. But back to the Eagles. 17-16. We had 456 total yards, but 5 turnovers. LaShawn McCoy fumbled it for the first time in God knows how long, probably like a season. So, seeing that happen, and then Michael Vick playing like Buffalo Bills last year. This was his worst game I've seen him since the Buffalo Bills game last year when he threw 4 picks. So, thank God that Juan Castillo and his defense is finally coming along, and they got 5 turnovers of themselves. They were an awesome defense. Because of that, we are ranked number 1 in NFL right now. But that's after 1 game, so it doesn't really count. But a couple things we want to talk about was last week's 17-16 win over the Cleveland Stinky Browns was a shaky, subpar performance by the offense at best. But the defense was going to let the defense wasn't going to let the offense down. Wasn't going to let the defense down. Its 5 turnovers ruined their season opener. The defense added 4 INTs in their stingy performance and held the rookie Brandon Whedon to a dismal 5.1 passer rating. Wow, that's horrible. I probably could do a little bit better. You guys probably could have done a little bit better. But Vic did throw the ball for a career high 56 times. And he ran the ball 7 times for a total of 7 times for a total of 30 runs. LaShawn McCoy had 20 carries for 110 yards, 5.5 yards per carry. So, and 6 receptions for 26 yards. LaShawn McCoy is a horse. And because of that, I think that gave us the edge. LaShawn McCoy is the edge for every game this year. We have to work the horse. He's a horse. He's young. We need to work him. This is our time right now. We got like 5 years with him that he's going to do incredible until he's 30 and then it's done. That's because that's what usually happens in the NFL. But things we have to worry about now, this game, is what we're watching for. We are watching for the quarterback improvement. The Eagles managed to survive 4 interception performance by Michael Vick last week because they happened to play the Browns. But this week is a very good team, the Baltimore Ravens. They were 1 kick away to the Super Bowl last year. So, Ray Lewis, thank God Terrell Suggs is not playing, because then I wouldn't even give him a chance. But now, I think they can win, because they're 2-point favorites. Vegas must be seeing something that I don't see, because this game looks a little shaky to me. But I think we can pull it out. In NFL, you can pull out any game, any Sunday. Number 2 is defending the tight ends. Mikael Kendricks is the reason we got that rookie. He's great linebacker. He looks like he's going to be a great linebacker. He's going to cover one of the best tight ends in the NFL right now is Dennis Pita, that had he had 5 catches for 73 yards on Monday night. You know, so this kid can play. And third thing is Deshaun's time. Deshaun Jackson, it's your time to shine, brother. You got paid, and with Jeremy Maclin probably not playing tomorrow because of his hip flexor, and Deshaun Jackson's coming off an injury too with his hamstring. But Jeremy Maclin looks like he's going to be out with the hip flexor. If he's out, we need Deshaun to have a big game. Deshaun Jackson's only had a 100-yard game only has 3 100-yard games in the last 24 games, and he's only had 5 TDs in the last 23. So it's time. Like last week, he had 3 receptions for 68 yards in the first quarter, and then he had 1 catch for 9 yards the rest of the game. So where the hell did you go, Deshaun? We need you 4 quarters of the game. This is the bullshit that happened last year. That he would try for a little bit and then give up. No, we don't need another Terrell Owens, D-Jack. We need a player that plays 4 quarters and wants the ball at all times. Key matchups. Jason Kelsey versus Haludu Naga. Defensive tackle Haludu Naga is incredible. He's a very good pass rusher. He's a good run stopper. So we need Jason Kelsey to be on top of his game. The first-year veteran needs to be just on top of his game. That's all you're going to say. D-Jack versus Ladarius Webb. I think this is a great matchup for Deshaun Jackson. Ed Reed's back there. Ed Reed could be, on top of him as a double coverage. That opens up Brent Selleck and Jason Avant, and hopefully Jerry Maclin if he plays. And the last one is Mikael Kendricks versus Dennis Pata. I already said that, so there's really not much to talk about. But this is a season opener, home opener for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's at the Link at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Last meeting was a 36-7 loss to Baltimore when everybody remembers that Kevin Kopp threw a 108-yard interception return to Ed Reed. That was a horrible game. McNabb got benched actually in the halftime, and Kevin Kopp came in, and we got blown out. And that was the end, yeah. And it's funny because we're playing back-to-back Browns organizations, Cleveland Browns, and then the Cleveland Browns turned into the Baltimore Ravens, and now the Baltimore Ravens are the Baltimore Ravens, and now Cleveland became a new team, new organization. God rest Art Modell's soul. You know what I mean? He's a great, great, great man for the NFL. So another thing I want to talk about too is a couple of things I saw on here at the Eagles playbook. Actually, history. We're 1-1 because we did tie the Baltimore Ravens once a long time ago. But with that 456 yards per game, it ranks us a second in NFL. Like I told you, our defense is ranked number 1 right now, but it doesn't really matter because it's after one game. They don't have that much stats to go on. But I think if the defense keeps playing the way they do, they definitely could be one of the top 5 best defenses in NFL this year. Quarterback, I think the advantage goes to the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco, who's coming off a 21-29 2 TD no interception performance on Monday night against the Bengals, was the 4th best winning percentage. He has the 4th best winning percentage among active quarterbacks, behind Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, and Matty Ice. He has a strong, accurate arm and is poised in the pocket. And he increased freedom to the run offense this season. Ray Rice is a beast. We're going to get on that now. The running back, I think it's even for this game. LaShawn McCoy and Ray Rice. LaShawn McCoy rushed for 110 yards last week. And Ray Rice is a versatile run-catch threat who led the NFL in yards from scrimmage last year with 2,068. And his 367 touches were his second most in the league. So that means that they get him ready. They get him into the offense, He is one of the main parts of that well-oiled machine that we call the Baltimore Ravens. McCoy was 4 for 4 in short yardage situations and 2 yards or less. None more bigger than the 4th and 1 that kept that game-winning drive alive. That game-winning drive was a long time coming. Michael Vick needed that. I think right there was his do or die. Because if we had lost to Cleveland, all hell would have broke loose. Nick Foles would have been going great. It would have been all this crap going on this week in Philadelphia, and we wouldn't have been paying attention to Philly's magical run. So the receiving core, I think, goes to Jeremy Maclin's going to be out, so I think it goes to Baltimore because Dennis Pata, Ed Dickinson are 2 big targets that combined for 94 yards, 94 catches, and 8 touchdowns last year. Pata is also Joe Flacco's one of the trusted receivers. The Eagles used two tight end sets on nearly a third of their plays last week, so we'll see how that goes with Jeremy Maclin possibly out for his hip flexor. Slot receiver Jason Vaught would replace Jeremy Maclin in the 2 wide receiver sets, but Brad Selleck and Clay Harbor combined for 7 catches, 81 yards, and a game-winning TD last drive. Could be a big threat this week. So look for Clay Harbor and Brad Selleck to possibly have a little bit more catches than they did last week, especially Clay Harbor had that great catch for the game-winning drive with a minute 26 left last week. So we'll see how that goes. Offensive line, I think the offensive line goes to the Eagles. They're saying the Ravens, but I think the Eagles will play a lot better game this week. So defensive line definitely goes to the Eagles. defensive line, the Eagles, they only had 2 sacks last week, but they will put up. If they pressure Joe Flacco, they won't have a chance, Baltimore. So they have to get in, get them dirty. They have that hurry up offense that the Baltimore Ravens demolished the Bengals on. So let's see how this hurry up offense, because we have 8 defensive linemen, so we can just keep shifting them out, shifting them in, shifting them out. That would be beautiful, especially if our wide 9, the way that they set it up now, it's a hybrid wide 9. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, they need to pressure Joe Flacco. They need to get in there, get in between the holes, and stop Ray Rice. Or not Ray Rice, will demolish you. He's one of the best running backs in the NFL. Linebacking core, I think it goes to the Ravens. They're saying it's even. No way, hell, they're even. Maybe in a couple weeks, maybe they will be even. But right now, Ray Lewis is a beast, and they just have Paul Kruger. His replacement, Paul Kruger, as Terrell Suggs' replacement. He had 5.5 sacks last year. But come on, you got 37-year-old Ray Lewis dropped some weight and is still playing at a Pro Bowl level. Like that's it. Secondary goes to the Ravens. The Ravens gave up a league best 11 TD passes last season. Didn't allow any in Week 1. So Ladarius Webb is developing into one of the league's elite shutdown corners. Bernard Pollard is an intimidating hitter, and Reed is a 58 career interceptions. Enough said. Kurt Coleman had 2 interceptions last week, and Brandon and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, DRC, had 2 interceptions. So we'll see how they match up against Anquan Bolden and their 3 wide receiver sets that Baltimore likes to run. So Brandon Boykin, you'll see him a lot in nickel package. So see how he does. And special teams, I think that's pretty much even. Justin Tucker, he beat out. He's a strong-legged rookie that beat out Billy Cundiff. So let's see how that goes for Baltimore. And we got Chaz Henry that had a great kick last week. He averaged over 55 yards per kick. So great performance by our punter last week. But who cares about that, right? What's the prediction? What am I thinking right now? I think it's going to be a close game no matter what. I'm looking for 24-20 Eagles. 24-20 Eagles. I think they just nip the Baltimore Ravens and get by and start this season 2-0. First time in a long time that we've started off 2-0. Probably the last time we started off 2-0, probably when we went to the Super Bowl, truthfully. So, let's see how that goes. One more thing, too, I wanted to talk about. Where is it? Oh. The Philadelphia Eagles need a big player in wide receiver. We didn't break 1,000 last year. We need Deshaun Jackson to have a huge game. Just like that's what I can say. Deshaun's time to shine. So look for Deshaun Jackson to possibly have a big game, and Brett Selleck. LaShawn McCoy always. Michael Vick needs to improve. No turnovers. Turnovers were horrible last week. He was 29 of 56 for 317 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 INTs. That's a 51 passer rating. That was the worst in NFC. So, because Brandon Williams in the AFC, so he had the worst in the league. But 51.0 is not good. Joe Flacco, on the other hand, had a 128.4 passer rating with 2 touchdowns and almost 300 yards. He was 299, one shy of 300. So this game rides on specifically Michael Vick. Michael Vick looked like just looked like he wasn't there, and it looked like he was making mental mistakes. Hopefully he wasn't. Hopefully it was just that he was rusty, and then that's just the way it is. But let's see how that goes. My prediction is 24-20 Eagles. Hey, guys, come on. Phillies, Eagles, week 2. Let's go, baby. Let's go! That's all I have to say. You guys have a great week. Phillies, wild card, second round, maybe a one game playoff. Eagles, 24-20 victory over the Baltimore Ravens. And we'll have a good week, right? You guys enjoy your weekend. Let's go, Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Woo! Yeah, baby!